Hi everyone, welcome to another video. I'm gonna share my analysis on gold. So for gold, we all know that gold has been on a bearish trend on the daily. On the high time frame, gold has been bearish for the last few weeks and months. So we had this bearish leg, a new indication. Price pulled back and corrected. As you know, price pullback would be a bullish trend, and then it got to an area and sellers pushed it all the way back down, created a continuation and then a new indication, right? So below this low, we had a new low, right? So price created a new low, and then what happens afterwards is price bounced up, created a correction, continued, but failed to make a new low, and now price has broken structure over here. This high has been taken out, so we have a new indication, and price was correcting in the last few months. So this whole leg over here is a correction from this daily push up. So now we saw that correction, we can see it clearly. Let's refine it on the 4-hour. Again, as you can see, these corrections created bearish legs. Basically here it got to over here, and then the bearish correction started, creating lower lows and lower highs, right? We're creating lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower high, lower low, and now price is approaching this previous lower high. So what's it gonna do now? And now also keeping in mind that when price corrected, this correction leg, price held this area. Remember the area from the daily time frame? So price basically held this area over here. That's a good sign. And then we're starting to see some flipping trend, right? Price is starting to flip bullish. But again, I would be very confirmed in this bullish trend if price breaks back above this lower high. Remember, this is the lower high on the daily and on the 4-hour. So this is a very key zone. Price would have to clear this zone before I can actually be certain that this bearish leg is over. So price would need to clear this lower high over here, and then once it clears that lower high with a candle close on the 4-hour time frame, I would be looking for a pullback into a demand zone. Right, a pullback into a zone to take a continuation back up. So now when we look at the daily time frame, if we were to take longs, of course this would be our final target, right? Because this is the high that price had reached before the correction started. So if you were to take a continuation trade, you would basically be targeting this same high. Now again, price could make a new indication. Price could, you know, break through this and make a new high, but the first target would obviously be here. But again, I would like to see, if you're bullish, you would like to see right now that you want to see price close above this high on the 4-hour. Yeah, and then the bullish trend will be more comfortable. I'll be more comfortable taking a bullish move. But for now, price is now currently sitting at the key zone. So let's see what happens in the next few days. Because yeah, this whole bearish leg obviously could have been traded all the way down, but this is the correction. And yeah, and this looks to be a potential continuation from the daily time frame. So let us take a look at the 1-hour. Again, you could trade this on the 1-hour. You could trade this when price got to this demand area. You can see we had a break of structure over here, a pullback, right? And then price just continued to push higher, right? So even over here we had a break of structure, price pulled back, and then we're starting to have a continuation. So these are little 1-hour trades that you could take inside this 4-hour key zone. So I probably wouldn't be entering alongs right now because, again, for what I mentioned, this is a key zone. We don't know if it's going to break. So I will be sitting on my hands because I want to see an actual break of structure above this area for my extra confirmation. And like I said, if price breaks this area, I want to see a pullback into a demand zone for a push up to continue higher. All right, and if you were bearish on gold, again, you would want to see a clean break of structure underneath this lower high over here, this higher low over here. You would want to see, if you were bearish, you would want to see price come back and break below this area to take it all the way back down. But if you were bullish, you would want to see price break above this key zone and then pull back and basically take the continuation all the way to the top of the daily high. So yeah, let's see how this plays out in the next few days, and I will keep you posted. Thank you so much. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye now.